welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. Oh my, so excited. We were so excited in the live stream of the game tonight. We cheered, we clapped, we sang, we danced, we prayed, we called each other dorks. We did all of it. And ultimately, we were super excited for the Indiana Fever defeating the Chicago Sky tonight. And we were really, really excited for Lexie Hull. She's been in a slump, but my goodness, what a game and what a joy to see this team excited. People having to play out of position. Obviously, we don't have Cece, we don't have Ari, we don't have Sydney, but this team coming together, demonstrating what they continue to tell us, and that is we're together, we love one another, we're canceling out the noise, we're going to be resilient together. It was a joy to see, and they deserve to celebrate, particularly that last game, the injuries. They deserve to celebrate, and so did we as fans. Lexie Hull, so excited for her. I want to go to a post on X that I happened to see as I did my little drive-by, because you don't want to hang out there, okay? As I did my little drive-by on Friday night, this post caught my attention, showed up somehow, and then Lexie Hull's mom, Jamie, responded to that. It really touched my heart, which caused me to respond to that. And I don't really do much responding on X, but I did respond to that. How appropriate that those posts and comments that came as a result of that were the night before Lexie Hull had a big game for the Fever. So let's go on over to X and check out what was posted and what her mom said. This is a post from Marco at Got the Fever 22. He wrote, I want everybody to know that y'all going to have to call the SWAT to get me off Lexie Hull's bandwagon. I'm not leaving. She's just going through a rough patch. It's okay. I'm not worried. You'll always have a fan in me, Lex. Lexie Hull's mom responded to that. She wrote, this post brought tears to my eyes. Nobody will ever understand how hard Lexie is on herself. As her mom, I wish I could fix it. I can't. This is something she has to do on her own. Thanks to every single one of you that support her. Supporters are greater than haters. That really touched me. That's a mom's heart right there. So I did do something I rarely do on X, and that is I responded and I wrote, we love Lexie. We know she's in an offensive slump, but we're riding with Lex. The intensity she brings every single night, and that defense off the charts. I created a word on my channel, Lexified. Lexie doing Lexified things on the court. Be encouraged, Lex. But Saturday came, and Lexie was back. So excited for her. Before I get to a little bit of footage and some statistics, some of what Lexie said and Kelsey said, I got to say this. Every single one of us will go through adversity in life. Every single one of us. And who we have in our corner really does matter. And we're seeing this team, they can count on one another. They're standing together in spite of all the other stuff out there. So it doesn't necessarily mean that everything is good, but it ends up being a good product altogether, comes together. When something really bad happens and you watch other people step up because they need to step up, or they come alongside and they encourage, and you look at that and you go, well, that wasn't good, but it worked together for good. When you say, wow, with the Indiana Fever team, for example, with the injuries that have happened, whether you're talking about Caitlin, Ari, Sydney, whomever, and you're like, that really brought us to another level. Obviously, we didn't want that to happen. Like, come on. But in the midst of it, We got to see we were made of more than maybe we realized. And that's good for everybody. And as I said in the live stream tonight, sometimes you don't know what you have in you or in the people around you till they have to step up. And that's how it works together for good. So we got to see a team today and said, we're all we got. Whether they were dressed to play or not, they were in one another's corner, which makes it even more enjoyable to win. So we're going to start with just a little footage, and then we're going to go over to, I think, Scott Agnes on X and Indiana Fever on YouTube. It might be assortment of things. Might be Indiana Fever on X. All the links will be in the description of this video.
In the W column. That's a big job, baby. Point guard. I think this is the most resilient team I've ever been a part of, and I say that wholeheartedly. We've had a lot of mishap happen throughout the course of the season. I think throughout the course of it all, we stay resilient, and you guys get to see us at our best when we stay together and be resilient. So shout out to my girls tonight, because I think it took everybody. Everyone played a piece, played a role, and I think that's how we got the dub.
Did you too?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good. It feels good to see the ball go through the net. But I think, every game, regardless, you're making shots, you're not, it feels really, really good to have your teammates behind you. And I definitely feel that every day. And it's fun. It's fun today to get to celebrate some of those.
Yeah, Kelsey.
Lexi, that final three-pointer kind of felt like the perfect end of that night.
It's fun to walk out of the gym on a high note and on a make. And yeah, I mean, I saw the time going down, so I was trying to pull out my inner Kelsey Mitchell. Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's focusing on doing the right thing, taking the right shots, being in the right place, focusing less on the outcome of things. Missed shots happen. It's going to happen in everyone's career. And to just really focus on getting the next good one. I think that's the whole mindset. And we know we have confidence in every single person on every shot that they take. So, yeah, just keep shooting.
So we could have looked at it like, oh, woe is me, and we don't have enough players, and we didn't. So shout out to our group for just staying confident and staying ready, because it's a professional league and we have to be ready, and we can't make too many excuses about it because no one's going to hand us anything. So we might as well look at it for what it is and keep showing up.
Just to add to that, I think Kelsey's not giving herself enough credit. Her and Sophie putting themselves before the team, making sure that they're sacrificing, playing out of position, doing things that they don't normally do, maybe uncomfortable, but I think they both really did a great job of sacrificing in those moments and doing what the team needed to do.
My girl. Sexy Lexi. And I tell Lexi, I tell Sophie, everybody, I trust in our group so crazy that I'm like, when the sun comes on, just it's all there. You just gotta believe it. And I think Lexi knows that we believe in her. Our last game in Phoenix, I think we all were just a bit emotional about everything. And I think me and Lexi had an emotional moment because, no one shot well. And I want her to know that we're going to count on her for, what she brings to the table every night. And I'm going to always stand by my teammates. So you never have to worry about that.
This is one of the most connected groups I've seen. Yeah, I mean, I look at them a little bit like I look sometimes at my kids. It's like, okay, you sit back and you smile. You see how they come together. You see how they bounce back. You're proud. I'm proud of them in these moments because it's not always easy. I mean, this league is not easy. This job, it's not easy. They go through a lot. But when you love who you come to work with every day, when it's not about you and it's about everybody else and it's about the whole, it makes it worth it. It makes going through the struggles worth it. And I just think that this group is a special one.
Good words from all there. And now we're going to go over to the box score and just quickly go through some things. I'm not going to go through everything, but got to highlight some things. And then we'll look at a little bit of footage. ESPN.com. We see here Chicago 70, Indiana 92. Indiana won every quarter. And let's look at the box score. I'm not going to go through all of this, but I want to point out some things. Leading scorer, we have Kelsey Mitchell with 26 points to go along with 8 assists, 3 rebounds in the game. Then we had Lexi coming out of that slump with 17 points. Also 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. And here's the thing. I mean, she shot 5 of 9 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3. So again, coming out of the slump. But Lexi does things that don't even show up in the box score. Like she got 3 steals, but even when she doesn't get credit for a steal, a lot of times it's her hand on the basketball that leads to the steal. And so even when she was in a slump offensively, she's always bringing the defense. So shout out to Lexi. Following Lexi, we've got Sophie Cunningham, who ran the point tonight and still was able to have her shot. 5 of 10 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal from her, and all the feistiness one can muster. That was followed by Leah Boston, who had 16 points and 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Come on, somebody. Then you got Natasha Howard with 7 points and 10 rebounds, 2 blocks in the game. Dantas had, let me go down. Michaela Timpson, KK, 7 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 7 rebounds, 2 steals in the game. And then you've got Dantas, who had 4 points and she had 3 rebounds, 2 assists. And Bree Turner got a chance to play. She did not score, but she had 2 blocks. One of them was a monster block. She had 2 assists, 2 rebounds as well. And then Chloe Bibby, she did not score, but she did bring 3 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. So I said I wasn't going to go through all the box score. I'll leave it at that. And so again, the win, Indiana 92, Chicago 70, and we're back in the win column. Now I want to show you some footage. I'm hoping I'll be able to show you some footage. If you don't see footage, that means that YouTube said, nah, copyright, get that mess up out of here. But we'll try. But if you don't see anything, you know why. I want to first go to the end of the second quarter. Indiana played a zone for a lot of this game. A zone. You don't see that from Indiana. You barely see that professionally at all, but they threw that wrinkle in, and I'm sure Chicago was not expecting that. Very smart decision to do your short number. Not that you can be a slouch playing in the zone, quite the opposite, but it's still a good wrinkle to throw in there. And so Indiana's cooking Chicago into the second quarter, and then with just a few, like maybe a little bit more than half a minute in the game, Chicago calls a timeout, and Indiana throws this wrinkle in that had us screaming, because you don't see this from Indiana. And I'm like, good call. Let's take a look at that. CC up and excited. This was right after Kelsey went buck wild for a layup. Watch what Indiana does. Here we're at 34.0. The ball's already in play. Coming up the court, Indiana is on defense. I want you to watch this. What happens here? So Rachel Bannum's bringing it up. You got Lexie Hull on her. Watch AB over here. You got Bibby here and AB over here. Check this out. There it is. Screen is being set for to keep Lexi from being able to follow Bannum. So there's that screen. But what happens? Lexi goes right through the screen, and there's AB. And there they go. Now watch them. They put the trap on Rachel Bannum. I want you to pay close attention just from a coaching perspective, that you'll notice that their feet are together, because that's the way you want it to work, because you don't want the offensive player to be able to step through. So whenever you're setting that trap, as much as it's possible, it's not always possible because you're constantly moving, but you want your feet close together. And there they are. And there it is again, close together. And they deflect it and force her into the backcourt. And look at that. Look at that defense. And then Bibby is good because she comes right up so that she can shoot the gap here. Check this out. Look at that. And they got her down. Look, she's on the floor, and Lexi and AB, you got your center out there grabbing for the ball, sliding her feet in that trap. Jump ball. That was right out of a timeout. Chicago wasn't expecting that. One of the things I used to do as a coach, if my team was cooking the other team and they call a timeout to adjust to what we're doing, I like to change what we're doing so that they spent that time adjusting and then we do something different. At least 1 or 2 times up the floor, doing something totally different, and then perhaps go back to what we were doing. Keep them off guard, on their heels, not knowing what to expect. So I really like that wrinkle that they did there, and they did it well. Now I'm going to go to one more thing. I want to go to that shot that was asked about in the post-game press conference with Lexie Hull. What a perfect way to end the night. So let's go to this. Let's go to the videotape. This sums it up very well. More good words right there. Glad this team got the win. Glad Lexie Hull had a good game. And now it's onward and upward. Tuesday night, it's Dallas. Listen, things are really tight in the standings as people eye the playoffs. I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.